when it comes to dating, all these third world type motherfuckers from third world countries, they're straight to the point with it, man. Like Mexicans and Filipinos, they do not have the concept of American dating. They just be like, a Filipino guy will take a white American lady from America, take her on a date. And already, man, the Filipino guys be like, so what do you want? It's a date. It is a date. You want sex or food? Are you hungry or you want some sex? Do you want, and more? Do you want some food or some sex? They're straight to the point with it. I don't think they know the concept of American dating. Americans are just in La La Land anyways. For Filipinos and Mexicans and motherfuckers from third world countries and shit, they gotta fight to live, to survive. They go hunt, bushcraft, go wherever. They gotta go get some motherfucking food. They ain't gonna be waiting around trying to get an application for a job and shit like that. Niggas gotta go rob banks, they gonna do it, man, and shit. And so bitches be a trip, man, American bitches are spoiled as fuck, blood, because they just been catered to by men all these motherfucking years, and they ain't been giving a fuck to pay for their own beer. I was expecting man to pay for every motherfucking thing. And bitch, we ain't you ain't trying to pay, you ain't trying to put your pussy out there and be like, hey, pay for my pussy. But yet, motherfuckers are paying for all kinds of shit. Yeah, really, they're paying for pussy. Way that works, blood. In the end, you're gonna pay for the pussy right up front. Here is $200. Get some pussy all night, boom, right? Prostitute shit. Or you just pay little by little by buying her all this food and shit. But a Filipino guy straight from the third world Filipino where they're motherfucking rats on the kitchen floor and it's just so dirt poor floor fucking poor. Motherfuckers ain't got a beans or anything. It's motherfuckers starving out there for some food. Motherfuckers ain't saw some food since shit last Thanksgiving, man. That was 6 months ago. The motherfuckers are walking around starving and shit, you dig? So when a Filipino guy straight from the Philippines dates a white lady, he's gonna get straight to the point. Straight to the point. So what do you want? What do you want? You want sex or food? It is a date. It is a date. You want sex or food? The white woman's gonna go, oh, fuck this, I'm out. That bitch is gonna get so scared, she ain't got time for all these third world type motherfuckers, you feel me? That bitch is gonna be, I'm out this motherfucker's crazy. In reality, white women are crazy, cause they make all these random decisions, they use motherfucking niggas for their money, and then when they don't give up no pussy, the nigga comes back like, bitch, I want some pussy. Got the gun to the bitch's head. Boom, 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 bitch. I just want some pussy. Want some pussy. That's all a nigga want. He didn't want mind games. He didn't want all this rejection. Nigga wanted what? Some pussy. So best give niggas pussy. But that's my point. White women is just... Nah, nigga, ain't the niggas that are crazy. It's them white bitches that are crazy and them really light-skinned Mexican bitches that are crazy. And then you got hoes need to get slapped. Drop your Latina, Mexican, Colombian ass off in East Oakland, ho, and get pimped by some real desperados, some real ninjas. You feel me? Yeah, I'm making this one on the difference between Asian women and Latinas. And the difference is, man, Latinas, they are more toxic than a motherfucker. Like Mexican girls and bitches. Asian chicks are not toxic, man. They have better customs.
So I'm gonna give a good example, man. I was at a Mexican restaurant and we ordered some food, but the chick took forever to give us some sodas and our drinks, man, and we were thirsty. It was hot as hell, 80 degrees outside. And we didn't get our drinks till we got our food, and it was like, damn, they should have just brought the drinks while we were waiting for our food. So it's like, and then too, man, when you go into these house parties Latinos invite you to, there's a bunch of dudes, and like, fuck, I'm trying to get a girlfriend. I'm not trying to see other dudes. If I'm trying to mingle and trying to mate and trying to find a woman, I'm done with clubs. I'm done with parties. That shit's toxic as fuck, bro. Toxic environments. When I go somewhere, I don't want to see other men, other males. I just want to see females. I'm safe when I know that. So that's why I don't fuck with Latinas that much, because the bitches are toxic. Then fuck, dude, they'll get you killed. And they won't even give a fuck. They'll go have sex right on your gravesite, man. That's some shit how I describe it. Whereas Asian chicks know what men want. They know what men want, because when you go into an Asian massage parlor, if there is a man, they hide him, because I'm a paying customer and they don't want me to go, oh fuck, I'm out of here. They want me to stay and give the business. So the Asian women know what men want. They know we like getting massages. They know we like getting happy endings. They know we don't want to see other men inside of their shit. Only thing I want to go when I go inside a massage parlor, I don't even want to see females. Then I know I'm in a safe environment. Even if there is a male and they're hiding them, at least they're doing that so they don't offend me. But Latinas, they just don't have that hospitality. The bitches are toxic as fuck, dude. So once you get around enough Asian chicks, you'll realize how toxic, Mexican cultures are, dog. These house parties where cholos take over the party, and the people at the party is the bitch. It's the bitch that invited everybody. Now she's kicking everybody out. Now the gangbangers are offended. Now they're gonna shoot and kill the bitch, because it's like, bitch, you asked for this shit when you started being toxic as fuck. You only need one boyfriend. You don't need a gang of boyfriends. You know what I mean? And that's the type of shit they do, though. They just invite hella dudes. It's like, when I go somewhere and I'm trying to get some pussy or mingle, I'm not trying to see other dudes. I'm trying to see some females, man. And I don't give a fuck about competition. I don't want to compete for no bitch, because no bitch is worth the shit. And, but these Asian chicks, man, they definitely have the hospitality down to a science. They know what men want. They know we don't want to, when we go into an Asian business, we don't want to see another man in there. We only want to see women. We like massages. They give us what we want, and they give it to us when we want it. And that's all that matters. And yeah, man, stay up. If I were to go into the most prestigious Christian churches and interview married couples that have married over 15 years and ask them, bullshit aside, the truth. You're at a church, you can't cuss, so say, hey man, no lies, straight, just tell the truth. What first attracted you to your partner? And I don't want no bullshit, That's why you gotta tell them the truth. 9 times out of 10, the woman's will be like, oh, integrity, honesty, all that stuff. That's half the bums in the Silicon Valley reading Bibles. They're all trying to get into shelters. They're being honest, and they're having I've seen a guy just sweep the freaking sidewalk for free, a Christian homeless guy, doing this out of faith that people will not look at him as a drunk, a crackhead, or a weirdo. And still doing all that, they're not trying to get near him because he's a homeless. So all this shit the girls are saying, no, that attracts a guy in the Christian church. He has integrity, he's honest. That's half the bums that are homeless reading Bibles. So, if you go to these Christian churches and do a real seminar, the men are going to be more honest than the women. And you ask the husbands, so you ask the wives, why'd you marry him? She'll be like, oh, he has a good integrity, honesty, reads the Bible, all the stuff that's supposedly spiritual, right? And then you interview the man, he's going to be honest. I go, what attracted you? He's going to be like, it was the feet. Being honest, can't lie. Hey, sir. The main thing is tell the truth.
And like, what attracted you to her? Oh, her feet and her cleavage. That's what attracted me. And then to be like, whoa, we got to be honest. You got to tell the truth. Men tend to tell the truth. Women won't. They're over there fantasizing about Brad Pitt. They're in the pulpits fantasizing about Brad Pitt, Eric Stoltz, and freaking Tom Cruise. All these white men. And you got all these single dark Mexicans, dark Chicanos, dark blacks. They're all single. Can't get a woman because, you know, these bitches have hyperpergamy. And when they have hyperpergamy, you know, it's usually the darkies that get cut out the whole deal. So we need to end this type of stuff. We need to address it on point because it's going to get more toxic as times go by. And then with the incel movement, there's not much we could do unless we import a lot of women from China, Thailand, and Colombia and just flood the states where there'll be so much fine women, it'll be like Saudi Arabia where gold is like sand. It has no currency, but it's still gold, right? So you got these blonde chicks competing. Oh, man, Chads are not going to have time to be players because they're going to be stuck on the top of it. Every man, even a man in his 80s, will have a young girlfriend. That's how much. So we need to overpopulate the United States with females, depopulate the males, because all there's going to be is Serranos, Norteños, Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, Mongols, Hells Angels. So if we inflate it the opposite way, guess what, man? We're winning. It's going to be like Dunbar. What do you call it? Dubai. So, just word of advice, man. We really need to get equal on the stakes. There should be no man single, no man homeless. Good job, Matt Mayer. All these guys are, even homeless people they're not homeless no more. Now we all need to get girlfriends, all need to get wives. This is going to be social equality. What I mean by that is I want me a white woman in her 20s. I'm talking about when I'm in my 50s. So, we're almost there. We need to get Pat Boone in office. Pat Boone and name a politician. A fucking Arnold Palmer. Who the fuck is that? Oh, sounds good on paper. Hey, you can sign an agreement. You know what? We'll sign a petition. Get Red Ross 777 for president. Yeah. We'll get Arnold Palmer. We'll get Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'll get Tom Arnold. We'll get all these Arnold guys to sign. Guess what? Dude, I'm the next president. Yeah. I'm funny. So yeah, Chicanos, Tejanos, and Mexican Americans are very condescending. They are going to get their feelings hurt when they get to heaven because they're going to be in heaven. They're going to be like, where's Salina? Salinas? Salinas, güey. ¿Dónde está Salinas? And what's Yolanda doing in heaven? You know, the chick that murdered Selena? They're going to get scared and start running. They're going to think they're in hell. And God is going to have to explain to them, calm your asses down. While you guys were dancing to corridos and rancheros and mariachi and drinking tequila, Yolanda was in a prison cell with Bible, reading the Bible, getting to know the Word. And guess what? My point is, people that you thought should be in hell are probably going to be in heaven. And people that you thought would be in heaven are probably going to be in hell. Just because they lived a peaceful life of, no smoking, no drinking, no cruising, no bumping your music, doesn't mean they're going to be in heaven. It just means, hey, they stayed quiet. No one ever noticed them. And they never partied. But what I'm saying is, at least they should have been reading if they're going to do all that, be sober, they should have been reading the Bible, spreading the gospel. That's what they should have been doing. But, I guess people are retards, dude. And my grandma Lupe, as far as what I've been reading and investigating, man, how to get to heaven, as far as our heaven goes, our version of it, yeah, you only get by the skin of the teeth. So it's best to die on your deathbed and really fast from drugs,
cigarettes, alcohol, and take your time dying. Versus being in East Oakland, bumping your music, driving around, living a life of sin. Bam, bam, get shot in the heart, dying unexpectedly, or in East Palo Alto or whatever, and then go to hell. I'd rather take my time. I'd rather have a nice preciosa from Mexico. She's my young wife, and when I'm dying as an old viejo, she could, pray for me and take care of me. But yeah, you're not gonna see Selena in heaven because, well, God will be like, well, the way it works, it's a court of law. It's heaven, the gates of heaven, it's outer space. The devil is not in heaven. He's at the gates in front of heaven. But he's the accuser of the brethren, which means he acts as the persecuting district attorney. And God's at the gates going, watch till I let you into heaven. And the devil is making his thing, hey man, this guy Ross, he goes to massage parlors, he does this, he does that. He's bad, he's evil, right? The only thing God cares about is, does he have a lawyer? You know, the lawyer's name is Jesus Christ. And without that blood, without that paid price, the lamb's blood, you're not going to heaven. So, I did all these bad, foolish, nasty things in massage parlors or whatever. I got to repent and I got to really get on my knees and ask Jesus. I got to really come to this rugged cross and I got to do my diligence to pray by the skin of my teeth. So when you're up there, it's like a court of law. But if you don't have Jesus, you're just a Jehovah's Witness. Like what Selena was, she was Jehovah's Witness. God's gonna be like, hey, you're an imposter. You're falsifying to be like a false. I didn't authorize you to use my name, And where's your lawyer, Jesus? They were like, no, we thought by us using your name. It's like impersonating an official. I didn't authorize you to use my name to start a religion, Jehovah's Witness. Jehovah's gonna be mad. He's gonna be like, I sent my son Jesus, he's the lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer in this court, you're going to hell. So, and you can't impersonate an official. So there's some laws you gotta abide by. I know we don't think there's laws. We're just a bunch of random religions and it's the Bible. We can make a bunch of, you gotta go by how Jesus did it back in the Old Testament and you gotta follow up on how they did it. They weren't going around going, oh, okay, we don't need Jesus. We're just going to use Jehovah. After it said he sent his son. What did it say, John 3:16? He sent his only begotten son so much because he loved us in the world. Whoever has that son as a lawyer or our savior, not a lawyer, but our savior. I'm just trying to make a parable. As long as we have him as our savior, guess what? I don't care how much massage parlors you did. You shouldn't be doing that, but you got to talk it out with God. But all these stuck-up women and toxic women, God's gonna be like, I don't blame you. He's not gonna be like, no, he's not gonna be like that. But that'd be funny though. He'd be like, I don't blame you, Ross. Those chicks are toxic. You just no excuse for sin, but at least you came to the cross and you went down on your knees. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Part two, difference between Latinas and Asians. And the difference is, I was at a massage parlor where they have a golden cat they worship. They put it right there on the desk. And then I go in, do my happy ending, whatever, come out, and as I come out, I'm about to go to my car. On my way out, I say this to them. I go, call me Mr. Cat. Call me Mr. Cat. Call me Mr. Cat. Call me Mr. Cat. And the Asian women love it. They fall in love because it's obvious they worship a golden cat. And then they probably got all happy because I gave them some good money for the tip. So they're ready to hitch up with me and have my baby just for me going, call me Mr. Cat. Call me Mr. Cat. Now, if I were to do that at a Latino Christian church in front of a bunch of Christian women, they're going to go, llámame Señor Gato, llámame Señor Gato, llámame Señor Gato. Call me Mr. Cat. They're going to go, this guy's immature. They are not going to fall in love. For them to fall in love, you got to walk around with a Bible, a suit, tie, act mature. Do that, have some status, then they fall in love. But I kind of like the Asian women better, man. Just go, call me Mr. Cat. Call me Mr. Cat. They fall in love, dude. I'm already cute and gorgeous as it is, as a man. Really handsome.
So by me doing that, it just makes them even wetter, like wetter than Reggie Waters, boy. And yeah, so the Asian chicks definitely get wetter off Chicanos like Ross.
This one's called Latinas that are condescending. And why are Latinas condescending? There's a lot of good answers. And who are they condescending towards against? And I'm gonna say they're very condescending when it comes to Chicanos in the struggle. And what I mean by that is, us dark complected darkies, they have lots of roots in much history. We have much roots and much history to this land we call the United States of America. But are we Latino? Yes, we are. And we are also indigenous. And we also have Native American roots. But yes, Chicano is a lot of different types of brothers with much shades. But the dark Chicanos, we get it the worst. And it seems like Latinas sometimes they must think they're better than us. Whatever reason, they're really not, man, because my forefathers paved the way for a lot of these brownies to be here. And what I mean by that is, I'm talking about my granddad's a World War II vet. My dad's dad, my other grandpa's a Korean War vet. Bunch of uncles that are Vietnam War vets. And I have a sister that's an Iraq War veteran. And these people, are usually called expendables or frontline soldiers. When you think of expendables, you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone. You don't think of Chicanos from East Palo Alto and South Cipuedas, East San Jose. Think of like all these dudes in Hollywood. But what I'm saying is, we pretty much paved the way for a lot of these Latinos to be here. And what I mean by that is, these Latinas, they could be very condescending towards Chicanos. What I mean by that is, so you're at work and you just have like a lunchroom and you sit on a chair next to them on the same table. They move from that table to another table because they don't want to sit with a Chicano like that. And if it's not no harassment, you can sit wherever you want. But, they make it seem like you made them feel uncomfortable. So they kind of like, but like on the other tip of it, man, whatever they think they're better at, they're really not. If they think they can play soccer better than me, they're tripping. I could beat them in an arm wrestling competition. Bet you I could beat them in chess. Slam dunk and one-on-one playing 21, basketball. Anything that they think the reason why they're better just because they're pretty and exotic, I'll put them to the test and see if they are of the shit. Yeah, you got good looks, baby. But are you fast? Are you good at, lifting weights? I bet you can't lift as much as me. Bet you can't, run as much as me. Bet you can't win me on a one-on-one basketball game. Anything they think they're better, they're not going to do shit. I could stack more and stack more bread. So, when you try to think you're good, more better than people that are more established than you, which are aristocrats and, pretty much Chicanos that inherit money, old money. So when I say Chicano, I'm really saying aristocrat. Someone that doesn't pay rent, has much land, much resources, stacks much bread. I'm talking about my granddad's a World War II vet. My dad's a Korean War vet. Bunch of uncles that are Vietnam vets. And my sister's an Iraq War vet. And she's a real estate agent in Florida. So when I go to Florida, I'm already going to have a house. I'm already winning. You know what I mean? It's the only reason why I don't is because I'm whipped on all these chinas, man, these massage parlors. And Orlando doesn't have that. I don't know. But that's another topic for another day. Back in the day, back when I was like 19, 18, 20, 21, 22, I pulled chicks like without even trying. I'd get a chick to come to my house, get naked, make sex with me. And I would have to kick the condoms in the dirt or throw them in down the toilet because these broads wanted to hitch up and have my baby.
And I was schooled down by my Uncle Louie and my dad, my Grandpa Ross, not to be doing that so early because you won't have a good life as a young man. But first chick was a chick named Priscilla. Met her on the party line back in 1999. She went to Evergreen College and she was obese. And I lived down the street from the Evergreen College on 3058 Silver Estates. And I would meet her at the Evergreen College. We'd walk from the Evergreen College to my house and take her in my house and we'd do the do, man. She was a big, fat, stinky Mexican chick with a big old, man, she was 300-400 pounds with a big old snatch. I could literally throw my whole forearm, my left forearm, and shove it all the way up her pussy, dude. That was a fat pussy, a big pussy. I wasn't bothered fucking her. I was just about to get my dick sucked because the bitch's pussy was so big. And it was hard to get into because it had layers and layers of fat, so you would have to forearm fuck her for her to actually eat her out, like through the clit. She liked that better than the actual dick because my shit wasn't gonna get in that shit any which way. And then massage her feet, massage her legs, all that stuff. Big old fat bitch. Sweaty, stinky, fat bitch, you know. But that was that one. And then I had another lady that was a Polynesian lady when I was 19 years old in the same year. Her name was Janeth. And Janeth, man, I wasn't even trying to fuck with her. She would call, I wouldn't call her, she would call me out the blue. I'd be watching horror movies at the house. While she was calling me, I wasn't even tripping. I was watching what, Texas Chainsaw Massacre or The Wrath. I was watching some old fucking horror movies at the crib. She calls me up and I'll be like, all right, cool. And I'd be talking with her, but I'd be too busy high as fuck watching the movie. You know, I'm just listening to the chick. I'm not really paying attention. By me treating the bitches like shit is really what you're doing. You're really not taking them too serious. It's kind of funny, I took a horror movie more serious like when I was talking to them. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And you know, you listen to them, talk to them a little bit, but really you're not really paying attention to them kind of on the phone. And then they gotta ask, what are you doing? I had to keep asking the same question. Oh, my bad, I'm watching a horror movie. It got good. You know, the fact you treat them like shit like that, they love it, because all they're going to try to do after that is try to get your attention some more and more. And you know what that happens, they're going to come over and give you some pussy. That's what happens. But like I said, you act like you treat them like that, like you're not there. You're not giving them full attention, but you're giving them some attention. They're going to do whatever they got to do to get your full attention, and I mean, they will. Jeanette was coming out around, and when I was starting to go to church too, so I was taking her to my church, and she was ready to be my lady, but I wasn't trying to marry her. And I heard Jeanette got with some paisa food, had some, you know, Polynesian chick, a Samoan chick, a nice light skinned one. And she got with some Samoan food, and that's what went down on that one. But I think that would have been some good fucking girl to pull, man, back in the day. And this other girl, I got her around year 2001, 2002. And her name is Crystal. This bitch was my ex-lady. But I ran into her because she was my homeboy, Big Happy. That was his ex-girlfriend. And I took him over to the house because he didn't have a car, so I drove him to Crystal's house to go say what's up to Crystal. And I wasn't even tripped. Like here's how it started. I wasn't even giving a fuck. I wasn't trying to check her out because naturally she's my homeboy's lady. And because she's my homeboy's lady, naturally I'm not trying to pursue her or trying to mac on her or anything. I'm just in my car smoking a joint, relaxing, man. And she came up to me and started the conversation in front of Big Happy. And I started talking with her. Big Happy didn't have a phone. It was like the year 2001. It was back in the day. Way back in the day when everybody was, if you did have a cell phone, it was a Nokia, Metro Nokia cell phone. All right, and I had one, right? And Crystal was like, okay, since you don't have a phone number, how am I supposed to get a hold of you? And he gave Crystal my phone number. Just call Ross, and Ross will be wherever I'm at. And I was like, cool. But it's not like I got Crystal's number. See what I'm saying? And Big Happy, that was like September 2001. A couple of months went by, and it was around March 2002. I get a phone call from Crystal. We start talking. She wants to meet up, so I meet up with her at her house. I pick her up. We go to Wendy's, get some milkshake and a hamburger. She was a chubby chick, chubby light-skinned chick. And we go kick it. Drop her back off. Cool, was respectful. Call me up again. She'd call me. Key word, I wouldn't even have to call her. Sometimes I'd call her just to say what's up. But like, I wasn't out like, hey, I'm calling you because I want to go pick you up. No, I was just like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? I'm just calling you really because I'm bored. Hey, you're here for the convenience, for the fact that I'm bored, so that's why I'm calling you. But don't tell her that. No, I'm not calling you because I want to come up and fuck you. You sound like a dog. I'm just calling you because I just want to be your friend. That sounds like what I was doing, I guess. But I wasn't even trying to go nowhere. I was just trying to chill and get high and trip out on this bitch because it's my girlfriend, you feel me? And so I peeled that bitch, right? 2002. And I had no respect for her because how you gonna be Big Happy's girlfriend? Then you're gonna be my girlfriend, and that's my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, fuck this. I already knew. She didn't know. I guess she didn't know guys as good as me and Big Happy will always be homeboys. But for the fact that you're a stupid hoe like that, I'm gonna cash in on some pussy. And then I'm gonna not give a fuck. So here's how it went, man. She never gave me no pussy because I never asked for it all crazy, right? Till the end, to the very end I started. So this is what happened. I ended up getting the pussy anyways. But it was Friday nights, and I was like, I'm not feeling, because I worked 5 days. I just got off work, right? Landscaping. I tell Crystal, check this out, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna go to my homeboy's pad in fucking Gilroy and go kick it with my homeboys. I'll kick it with you on Sunday or next week or something. I put her on the back burner like that. And she was like, nah, don't go nowhere. She probably thought I had a girlfriend in Gilroy, right? And because I had girlfriends in East Palo Alto, I had girlfriends like that out in Redwood City and Menlo Park. So I had girlfriends everywhere like that. So she was like, where's he going to Gilroy for? Gonna go get some ass, man. That's what she thought. But really, I told her, because my homeboy had an Xbox and I didn't have no money for video games back then, so I just saved my gas money, drive down there and play Xbox all day with them. And those fools would buy pizza, Alex and Smiley, they were my homeboys. So really, I just want to play some video games and just chill, and I could fucking kick it with Crystal some other day during the week after work, right? But she was like, nah, it's Friday. I'm gonna drive over there. So she drives over to my house. She goes, don't go to Gilroy. I'm coming right now. All right, cool. Drives over to Gilroy. She goes, hey, if I give you some pussy, you gonna stay the whole weekend with me? Oh, hell yeah. So I take her to Evergreen Park, and I fuck her right in the park on the grass. I take her pussy, and I fucking busted a nut in the condom, and I threw the condom on the ground. And she tried to impregnate herself with it, but I kicked it to the dirt and shit. Because I'm not trying to get this bitch pregnant. So that's what I did. Because I was too young to be trying to be a dad. That's how I felt. And a couple months later, Smiley hits me up and he tells me, I heard you de-virginized Crystal. And I go, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't even know I did that. I did not know I did that, but I guess I did because that shit was pretty tight. And I was just like, whoa. Yeah, she was crying to the pastor and everybody. I was like, whoa. And she loved me and she wanted to have my kids and she wanted to be my wife and everything. And I was just, man, I was too young and I was too sprung on different bitches all over San Ho in East Palo Alto back in the day. So it was like I wasn't even tripping on Crystal. I think I was into like spinners and shit, even Asian bitches like a motherfucker back then. Still to this day, right? But like, damn, I'm just glad I had that shit. But yeah, one love to everybody, even Big Happy. That's a real homeboy. And yeah, we shut that bitch down. So pretty much Smiley, I think Smiley even had her. That's Big Happy's cousin. So this bitch got passed around through the homeboy fucking network of homeboys that we was. Some straight North Daniels from San Ho to East Palo Alto. Smiley's originally from out Dinuba by Fresno. But yeah, we all homeboys and shit, man. And fuck, never let a bitch come between homeboys and cousins, you know what I'm saying? Smiley and Big Happy, y'all always be my homies, man, my homeboys, you feel me? Fuck that bitch, Crystal, man. Peace.
In 1992, I was 12 years old. My dad took me to, and of course he took me, my mom, and my sister. She was like 9 years old. And so we had to go on a little education on the streets. So he took a little family trip to Straight Mission District in San Fran. It ain't nothing but North Daniels and Serenios, man, because all I seen was motherfuckers in blue rags, smoking weed, drinking beer, eating tacos. Then I saw motherfuckers in red rags doing the same shit, but they were wearing red rags, you know what I'm saying? And my motherfuckers were about to, shit was going off. I mean, I didn't see too much fights, but I seen a couple fights, scuffles, and the cops broke it up, but it was like a lot of deep. Serenios were deep, man. They all had their blue rags around their head. And North Daniels too. And you had the 24th Street gang and 23rd Street gang. A lot of Guatemalan tacos, cause that was the Mission District. So when I identified 1992, I think of Ice Cube, shit, the America's Most Wanted album, Scarface and shit, you know, his first solo album. And I was bumping a lot of that shit. And so that's what I think when I think of this fucking shit, what I'm talking about. Because in 1992, I was only 12 years old. I did have some DJ Quick music. I got his first album. And then, so by 1992, around that time, April, May, so it was Cinco de Mayo event in the Mission District. My dad took me to see that shit. I saw a lot of fucking gangsters, man. And they were gang banging left and right, and there was rappers rapping on back of truck freights. And there was a whole lot of rapping, and I could smell a lot of tacos, a lot of Guatemalan food. And man, 1992 was a shit. Blood, Rogue, Cuz, feel me? I did see a lot of that, a lot of gang banging. That was a year. If there's any year to gang bang and be on the street like a street thug, 1992, man, what I seen from them streets, that was the shit. That was some street type motherfuckers. Then after all that, my dad rides me right back. We get some food at McDonald's, you know, dinner. It's dinner time. And then we drive back, and my dad's like, "Hey kids, I'm gonna take you down East Palo Alto." And he drives me right through Oakwood Drive, and I seen a lot of thugs standing around and riding their bikes, wearing Nike Cortez. Every motherfucker was wearing either Nike Cortez or them blue suede Reeboks. For whatever reason, Midtown identified the black people there like wearing blue. The Midtown Hogs were wearing like blue shit, like, you know, how they dress on Totally Insane album, the Backstreet Life album. Wearing a lot of Blue Devil shit, Georgetown shit like that, man. And they're all hanging out on the front or the side of taco trucks. Black dudes, Mexican dudes, all just hanging around the taco trucks. And my dad was smashing through down that motherfucker, and that was like, seen a gang of ghetto motherfuckers just hanging out. It looked dangerous than a motherfucker. My dad was driving through too fast. He almost hit the motherfucker on the bike, and he just kept it moving. They had respect where they weren't fucking with us because we had my sister in the back and I was right there. And that was around May, whenever that Cinco de Mayo, it was a Sunday for that Cinco de Mayo parade shit in
Mission districts. Whatever day that was the day. Take a hit of this weed, man. So whatever day that was, May 4th, May 5th, because you know it's always around the May 5th, might be May 3rd, shit like that, you know. It was round single the mile, and that's the 5th of May. My dad showed me what the fuck East Palo Alto motherfuckers were about, and Mission District motherfuckers were about, and even Sunnyvale type motherfuckers, because my dad's from Sunnyvale, back in the day, Sunnyvale, and my dad was born in 1955. Long story short, that 1992 event in Mission District, I forgot to tell y'all this, man, it's a motherfucker. We see some homeboy in red Chuck Taylors, red Levi jeans, and a red tank top, sporting a red rag, you know, wearing a mustache, goatee, looking with a San Francisco beanie, a black San Francisco beanie. Turned around and my dad knows him. That's my dad's cousin. My dad was an old school homeboy from Sunnyvale. We seen that shit, man. I shook my dad's cousin's hand. I said, "What's up?" And my dad was, "That's a real North Daniel right there." So we saw some Sunnyvale type motherfuckers, some EPA motherfuckers, some Mission District motherfuckers, and whatever North Daniels were out there from other parts of the Bay Area. We saw a crew of North Daniels walking around. One had a bald head, goatee, black Levi jeans, red Nike Cortez, red rag, and a fucking wearing a wife beater, showing off his tats, walking with a mob of North Daniels. So this motherfucker looked like he was about to stab a motherfucker or shoot a motherfucker. So they were definitely ragging around, putting the red rags around their head, just looking like in the movie colors. But this is 1992. So the motherfuckers were both dipped in some Nike Cortez type shit, you know, some 92 shit. I did see a lot of motherfuckers wearing Jerry curls, a lot of black homies wearing Jerry curls, looking like Eazy-E and shit, a lot of black fools that were looking like Eazy-E type motherfuckers. And, yeah, that's some real East Palo Alto shit and San Francisco shit. Yeah, because in San Francisco, besides the Serranos and North Daniels and shit, I saw a lot of black dudes with Jerry curls. More than East Palo Alto, I saw maybe not that much. Them brothers were wearing, you know, fucking cornrows, pressed perms, and bald heads already. I mean, 92, them motherfuckers were really wearing ball caps. I couldn't tell. But it did look like they were not so fro-y. Looked like they had no afro. It looked like their hair was just like like the dude said, Martin Luther King type hair. That's some East Palo Alto motherfuckers, believe it or not. Believe it or not, 92, right? Because that's what I do remember. But the San Francisco motherfuckers, the San Francisco brothers, them motherfuckers look like Eazy-E niggas, I swear. Like, I kid you not. I know it doesn't sound like Frisco. Frisco? Them motherfuckers have way too much game. They do have game. But in 1992, not everyone's a teenager. You got motherfuckers down in their 30s, late 20s in 1992. Them motherfuckers are sporting Jerry curls. Yeah, this is the end of this comedy album. I hope y'all had a good time. Enjoy the beat, man. Yeah, right now I'm in the studio, just lounging, you dig, coke kicking it. Yeah, what's up, man? Blowing some Panamanian Panama red weed, but you could just call this some Chicano red weed, you dig? Some striped flower. Yeah, we doing it like that, man. Old school. With some old school slap, man. On the grind, you know me.
take a hit of this really good sativa. Drink you a 211 or OE or Corona. We gonna barbecue and we gonna do the do. Y'all already know. Go kick it with my family, kick it with my crew. Yeah, what's up to everyone from SJ, man? Evergreen, EPA, South San Jose, West San Jose, in the house, man. Yeah.